This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Nah, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare.
Gotta be well done.
Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that.
Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Good afternoon and Roll Tribe ICC fans as we're getting set for today's opening game of the NJCAA Softball National Championship Tournament here in Clinton. ICC, the number 10 team in the country, coming in with a record of 38-14-1. We'll be taking on the number 19 team in the country, Louisburg College, coming in at 36-9. We're about to have the playing of the national anthem, so we'll take you to the field for that. Well, right now they're going through some announcements here at the field, so we'll be waiting for the playing of the national anthem as we'll wait for that. As we talked about, ICC 38-14-1 on the year. Louisburg College out of North Carolina, they came in with a 36-9 record. We'll give you the Coca-Cola starting lineups here in a moment for both teams, and we're going to hopefully this equipment not get too hot today. We're going to try to figure out ways to keep everything covered up as we're going to take you now to the playing of the national anthem. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as just moments away from that First American National Bank opening pitch, Game 1 of the NJCAA National Championship Tournament here in Clinton. ICC making their first ever appearance here in the national tournament, and all eyes on ICC making history this season, won their first ever MACJC tournament. Now they finished runner-up in the Region 23 to LSU Eunice, the #1 team in the country, and now having a chance to make history again by playing in the first ever national tournament game here. Let's take a look at today's Coca-Cola starting lineups. And let's start with the Hurricanes of Louisburg College. It'll be leading things off Mason Hedgecock. She'll be playing in center field. Sarah Hilton will be the second baseman. Haley Joyner will be out at third base. Mariana Clement will be the pitcher. Leanna Nobles will be playing at first base. Brittany Williams will be the shortstop. Then you've got Abby Kolka. Do apologize, I'm pretty sure I am saying that name wrong, so we'll try to find the correct pronunciation of that in a moment. And then also you've got JC Arrington. She is playing in right field. The DP is Bailey Perdue, but they did say that the DP would move to the shortstop after the start of that. Then Mallory Brooks will be pitching here for Louisburg College. For ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination, and Coach Andy Kurtz hopes he's got that winning combination put together here in the first game of the day, where ICC will be the home team. Maddie Miney will lead us off playing shortstop. Rachel Stranish will be the second baseman. Samantha Conley will be catching. Summer Kreider will be over at third base. Macy Cox will be the first baseman. Jessica Davis will be in right field. Maggie Smithy will be the DP. Joanna Vasquez will be in left field. Hope Harbin will be in center field. And Olivia Burns will be pitching. The First American National Bank opening pitch in there for a strike is coming your way at 129. That's a 129 First American National Bank opening pitch here in Clinton. Reminding you to follow the flag from Iuka to Tupelo. That's First American National Bank. Bunt is shown. It's going to be laid down. Summer Kreider has it, fails, and then the ball is going to get away. That's going to go for an error. And now they're going to look to go to second, and that's going to be a two-base error there. So Kreider came up, made a good play on the ball that time, just had a slip and fall as she went to make the throw, and it looks like she's kind of shaken up on the play. So E5, and that's going to be the case here. You're going to see a lot of nerves early on, and Kreider looking back, saying she's okay. So a runner on second base as Hedgecock advances to second after that two-base error. So now this is going to bring up Sarah Hilton. Hilton will dig into this situation. So we've got two different camera angles coming your way today here. Raphael Henry on one of those cameras. That pitch in there for a strike from Olivia Burns. We do have that net in front of us, so we don't have a way to elevate the camera, so we are going to have to adjust throughout the day here on our camera angles. But we do appreciate everyone that's tuning in here on the ICC Sports Network, and do want to say a special hello to those from Louisburg College who may be watching as well. Shows bunt, that one's in there for a strike, and there's going to be a stolen base for Hedgecock, and so she goes from from second to third and steals the base. So now with no outs, 0-2 is the count here on Hilton, and a runner now at third base. The Hurricanes looking to strike early. This pitch fouled back off the netting, and will stay at 0-2. Sarah Hilton at the plate. Haley Joyner, the third baseman, is on deck here. ICC in trouble early. It was an error that allowed Hedgecock to reach and advance to second base. And then she stole third, and that's the situation right now here in the top of the first with no outs. So getting ready for the pitch here from Burns. Pitch on its way. This one fouled off. And that's going to be an interesting note here today. We've got 4 games going on all at the same time right now, and they're all in close proximity. So a foul ball that is fouled away, maybe to sharp right, sharp left for the batters, or straight back could get into another field. So we'll see how those come into play throughout the afternoon. 0-2, steal your count here on Hilton. Burns getting set to deliver the pitch. Inside, just missing. And it nearly hit her that time as she was crowding the plate. The chalk is right on top of the plate from my point of view. You see there's a little bit difference in the batter's box where she's currently standing versus the left-handed batter's box. But either way it goes, 1-2 now is the count. Change up. This one popped up over to the left side, and there is Summer Kreider with the out. So a nice play there for Summer Kreider to get the first out of the contest. Score that one on a pop-up to the third baseman, F5 in foul territory. And now this will bring Haley Joyner to the plate. So Joyner will dig in with one out and a runner at third base. ICC, see if they can get out of a little bit of an early jam here. There is a runner at third after an error and a stolen base. Ground ball, it's going to be a foul ball. And that'll go for a strike. Nice off-speed pitch that time by Olivia Burns, who, by the way, has committed to Delta State. Of course, we won't be able to give you any of the other score updates throughout the day, but you can follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. If you're away from your computer, Madison Haley's running that today. But we'll also have updates of other games and matchups throughout the evening. Change up, waited on it, popped it up. And it's going to be the right fielder. And then they're going to throw it home, and the throw is not going to be in time. Well, the throw drifted up the line a little bit. Good idea to let the right fielder take that one, so that's going to go as a sacrifice fly. As Davis did have a shot to throw that one back in. The throw, though, was not in time as you had a very speedy Hedgecock on the bases. And it's now 1-0 Canes or Hurricanes over the Indians here. Nobody on and 2 outs. That pitch right in there for a strike as this is Mary Ann Clement, the first baseman at the plate here for Louisburg College. Breaking the action here, so we've got a little bit of debris flying onto the field out there in left field. Joanna Vasquez going to chase that one down and toss it over the fence, or hand it over the fence, I should say. And so she'll come back into this situation here. 0-1 is the count to Clement, the first baseman. 1-0 is your score. We're in the top of the first inning with 2 outs. As there's a swing and a miss, 0-2 now is the count. We do have a new scoreboard here, as trying to remember to keep up with that on the day, as well as switching between cameras. So 0-2 now is the count here. Can we find our first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day? Boy, it'd be huge if we could. This one instead popped up, coming right back towards some of the ICC fans and drops amongst us here. As that goes 0-2. Stays the count now after that foul ball. Well, it is a windy afternoon here in Clinton, and thank goodness, because the temperatures creeping into the upper 80s, maybe even flirting with some of the 90-degree, lower 90s today. And I tell you, folks, that was a big difference from where I was 24 hours ago as I was with the ICC golf team in Plymouth, Indiana. When I left, it was 45 and raining. Swung on and missed for strike 3. A big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there as Olivia Burns gets a big time out there to end the inning. So it's 1 run on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll take a break and come back with the bottom half of the inning. But before we do that, we're going to take a break and tell you about the new 3-day weekend coming up at ICC. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. 1-0 is the score now as we move to the bottom of the first inning. ICC trailing Louisburg College, the Hurricanes. They're out of North Carolina. The opening game of this double elimination tournament for ICC to be the 1-2-3 batters due up in the bottom of the first. Maddie Miney, Rachel Stranisha, and Samantha Conley. So, yeah, to go back to that thought earlier, man, it's been a drastic, about 45 degrees difference in temperature. And raining was in the tournament there. 3 ICC golfers in that tournament, and the play got pushed back to 3 o'clock again today. So now it's going to be Maddie Miney to start us off here. Maddie's going to look at that first pitch, and it's going to miss low and outside for a ball. This is Mallory Brooks in the circle here. Mallory trying to see if she can get something going here. As that pitch in there for a strike, keeps up the count now at 1-1. For Miney, though, she wants to fire up the bats here for the Indians. She's a freshman shortstop out of Olive Branch. Went to DeSoto Central High School. That pitch lifted. Center fielder's going to have to hurry, and she's going to drift in and make the play. Well, a nice job out there in center field that time, as that one just carried just a little bit too far, as I thought it had a chance to get down, but drifted a little bit too much that time for Maddie. And now this is going to be Rachel Stranisha, the second baseman, coming to the plate with one out and nobody on. Rachel, a sophomore, also out of Olive Branch. So Rachel going to try to get the bats fired up here for the Indians. Shows bunt, pulls back, and takes it for a ball. Well, a lot of softball to be played today. There's 4 games going on at 1:30. Then 4 more games to go on at 3:30. Then we'll break down the brackets later tonight here on Let'sGoICC.com. That pitch drifts high for a ball, and 2-0 now is the count here on Rachel Stranisha. You can see highlights of tonight's game on WTVA. Jim Holder's already called, and we'll also send some to WCBI as well. Stranisha blisters this one, but pulls it foul. And now the count will go 2-1 here on Stranisha. Well, that one was going to be for extra bases there if Rachel could have found a way to hang on to that one, but instead it just went foul as it was hooking away down the third baseline. Samantha Conley's on deck here for the Indians. 1-0 Hurricanes with the lead. Now the scoreboard does show Canes on the bottom, Indians on top. ICC is the home team here in the first game of the day. Stranisha fouls this one back off the netting. And now 2-2 will go the count here on Rachel. All the higher seeded teams, which ICC was the 5 seed in this tournament, I believe. So but after today's games, it'll be a coin toss for the home and away teams. So 2-2 is the count here on Rachel Stranisha. Pitch coming, swung on a high fastball and couldn't catch up with it. And that's going to go for a Renaissance Bank strikeout, the first of the day for Brooks. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. RenaissanceBank.com, member FDIC. Now up is going to be Samantha Conley, the sophomore catcher out of Mandeville, Louisiana. So Sam's going to try to get the bats fired up here for ICC. See if they can spark a 2-out rally. That pitch goes high for a ball. Well, we anticipate a huge crowd out today. We've got a lot of fans to our left here. And then down the first baseline, a lot of ICC fans over there as well. So a lot of good support out here for the Indians as expected. Changeup falls off the table a little bit too soon. Drifts low for a ball. 2-0 now is the count here to Samantha Conley. So 2 outs and nobody on here for the Indians. And this one's going to be blistered out to the left side. It's going to be a line out, though, excuse me, to the right side, I should say. And so 2 good hard hits that time by ICC, but right at them as ICC played at 'em ball with a pair of flyouts by Maddie Miney and Samantha Conley, then a strikeout by Rachel Stranisha gets a 3-up, 3-down inning. We're going to take a break and come back with a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, now as we move to the top of the second inning. ICC trailing 1-0. Give a few little shout-outs. You've got the Stradishas watching from Olive Branch, giving a shout-out saying Roll Tribe. If you would like to hit us up on Twitter, let us know that you're watching. You can do so by hitting us up at Let's Go ICC. Glenn Haley checking in as well. Even see Colin Athletics, a little MACJC love, sending out a Roll Tribe there as well. We appreciate our friends down there at Colin. So for Louisburg, it's going to be Leanna Nobles, Brittany Williams, and Abby Kolkoff. Not 100% sure how to say that. Coach Sean Cannon checking in as well, ICC's football coach. Hoping to see ICC get a quick 3-up, 3-down inning here, see if they can get the bats back to the plate. They trail it 1-0. This pitch swung on and missed. A big, healthy swing there. 1-1 now is the count here to Nobles. Nobles, she's playing first base. Tall frame there, so you can tell she can still a step or two if you're trying to sprint down the line on a bunt. That's one thing ICC likes to do. We'll see if they'll be able to do that successfully later on this afternoon. 1-2, or excuse me, now it's 1-2 is the count. I guess I just saw that a little bit ahead of time. 1 ball, 2 strikes now is the count. No outs here with Nobles leading us off in the top of the second. For Louisburg, it was an error by Hedgecock that got her to second. She stole a base and scored on a sacrifice fly by Haley Joyner. That one's fouled off and a strikeout there, and another Renaissance Bank strikeout. As you see Olivia Burns there, her second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day, and that was a big one to get the leadoff runner there. And so now with 1 out, this is going to bring up Nobles to the plate, or excuse me, Williams to the plate. Back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, RenaissanceBank.com. That pitch just missing on the outside corner. ICC fans liked it, but was called a ball. Also got Sherry Little, some more Stradisha's family watching. As 1-1 now is the count. They're from Arkansas tuning in here on the Red Channel as well. So pitch coming. This one fouled off the netting towards some of the ICC faithful here to our left. And 1-2 is the count now here on Williams. So the 1-2 offering coming here is fouled right back into your living room, and we'll stay at 1-2. So waiting the 1-2 offering here. Change up, and it's a beauty in there for a strike. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there from Olivia Burns, and that's back-to-back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts now for Olivia. So Burns just zips that one in there, got her looking at strike 3. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, RenaissanceBank.com. Swing and a miss as this is going to be Abby. And I'm struggling with her last name, so I apologize for any Hurricane fans that are watching. It's spelled Colclough. So I'm just going to call her Abby for now. I've got to text in to a couple of people to try to figure out how to say that. But it's Colclough. She's playing out in left field. 2 outs in the inning with a 1-1 count here on the left fielder. Well, the Indians would love to see Burns strike out the side here if she could. As that pitch missing low for a ball. Nice frame job on the part of Sam Conley. Just couldn't quite get the call. As now the count goes 2-1 here on the left fielder, Abby Kolkoff. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. As this pitch popped up, back, and out of play. So we're in the top of the second inning. ICC trailing 1-0. It was an error in the top of the first that allowed a run to eventually come around to score on a sacrifice fly. to make it 1-0 in the top of the first. ICC went quietly with a 3-up, 3-down bottom half of the first inning. Eddie is trying to return serve here. This one hits her, though. So the runner will head down to first base after being hit by a pitch. You know, typically people call that a free pass. I'm not a fan of calling that a free pass just simply because you earn it if you take one for the team there. So this will bring up J.C. Arrington now, the right fielder. She does have a putout as she caught a line drive right at her off the bat of Samantha Conley to end the first inning. So now with a runner at first base and 2 outs, ICC trying to see if they can get out of this inning here. Arrington, however, wants to keep this inning going as that pitch just missing high for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here to Arrington. Swung on and missed at a fastball there. Evens the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. 1-0 here in the top of the second inning. ICC trailing Louisburg College here in the opening game of the NJCAA National Championship Tournament in Clinton, Mississippi. The first ever appearance in the tournament here for ICC. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Nice job that time. Take a little bit off that outside pitch as Arrington couldn't hold off of it. And that goes for strike 2. 1-2 now is the count. Boy, there's something big going on the field behind us as there's been a lot of cheering here for a moment. So waiting the 1-2 pitch here. It's on its way. This one fouled off. Nice job by Arrington finding a piece of that one to keep the at-bat alive as she was looking for something on the inside part of the plate. Went outside, stretched, and found it and fouled it off. 1-2 will stay the count. 2 outs. Runner at first base after a hit by pitch. Burns, she's already got 3 Renaissance Bank strikeouts of the day. It'll be big if she can find another one here. And there it is. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout for Olivia Burns. Big strikeout there for Burns. As let's go back and look at that one on the Little Caesars instant replay. The 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Olivia. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. RenaissanceBank.com, member FDIC. Well, let's hear from Renaissance Bank and more of our sponsors. ICC trails this one 1-0 with Summer Kreider, Macy Cox, and Jessica Davis due up in the bottom of the second.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Your success at ICC starts with freshman orientation. Learn what the college has to offer, register for classes, meet your new ICC family, and discover all the ways to get involved across our 3 locations.
Hey guys, it's Madison, an orientation leader here at ICC. After you apply for enrollment, sign up for orientation because spots are filling up fast. Find out more at iccms.edu/orientation.
Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
So we do welcome those that are watching in favor of Louisburg this afternoon as Kreider pops this one up. Second baseman is going to come in and squeezes it for the out to retire Kreider. So I'll tell you what, Brooks, she's not going to overpower you with speed by any stretch of the imagination, but what she does is she hits her locations very well and mixes up her speeds pretty well. And so now with one out in the inning, this is going to bring up Macy Cox. So Summer Kreider pops up to second. Now the first baseman, Macy Cox, looking for the first hit of the day here for the Indians. Macy out of Troy, Tennessee. Got a lot of her family here today. As that pitch clips the outside corner for a strike. And, of course, we appreciate all those fans that do come out. And I tell you what, ICC fans have traveled great all season long. We also appreciate everyone that is tuned in here on the ICC Sports Network. 1-0 is your score. Macy lifts this one left field, and it's going to be caught by the left fielder. Nearly a collision out there in left field, but a good job at the last second by the center fielder to pull back on that one and allow Calco to squeeze that one. And so now with 2 outs in the inning, this is going to be Jessica Davis coming to the plate. ICC still looking for their first hit of the day. Brooks trying to see if she can work a no-hitter going here and has got pretty solid defense behind her. That's the difference of the game right now. An error by the Indians allowed a run to score, and it's 1-0 as we're in the bottom of the second. So Davis once again trying to spark a 2-out rally here for the Indians. They went 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the set first, trying to avoid that here in the bottom of the second. Davis swings on this one, fouls it back out of play. And again, fields in close proximity as we're playing on 4 fields, all at the 130 mark. So we'll have to keep an eye on any foul balls, and so far so good in the contest here. 1-1 is the count here on Jessica Davis. Davis looks at that pitch inside for a ball. Nearly hit her that time. So now the count goes 2-1. Well, as soon as I say the cloud's not offering a little bit of shade, they do start shading us off here in the second. So what are the 2-1 offering? That one in there for a strike. 2-2 now is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice pitch that time from Brooks to zip that one across. So waiting the 2-2 pitch here. This one fouled off. And we'll stay at 2-2. Well, out there in center field, see some of the ICC faithful out there. Looks like some of the Conley family making their way out to the ballpark. Trying to borrow some of that shade by some of the trees out there in center field. So a peppering of fans all over the place as 2-2 now is the count with 2 outs here in the inning. And swinging strike 3. Chased a rise ball that time, and ICC with another 3 up, 3 down inning in the second. That's the second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Brooks. We're going to take a timeout. 1-0 is your score after 2 complete. And hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Man, these Red Bull slushes are invigorating, right?
I know it, man. I'm feeling confident, feeling pumped. I want to jump this thing.
I don't know if that's such a good idea, TJ.
No, man, I need help. Can we jump this thing?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Rush in for Sonic's new Red Bull slushes, half price during happy hour.
Bacon, Swiss cheese, juicy chicken on a King's Hawaiian bun.
Oh, what else is it saying?
It's saying you still owe me that $30.
Hang up!
Hurry into Sonic for the King's Hawaiian Chicken or Burger Club and try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we talked about the foul balls in this ballpark. Well, we had one just land right in our lap here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. Find out how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College by visiting iccms.edu. That's iccms.edu. You can join the Alumni Association, donate for scholarships, building funds, or more through the foundation. Dr. Jan Reed Bunch, Jim Ingram, and Tilda Bushlawn doing a great job for a very, very important role at the college. So to be Purdue, Bailey Purdue up for the first time today. Then we'll go back to the top of the lineup in Hedgecock and Hilton here in the top of the third inning. That pitch missing for a ball. Olivia Burns, she has got 4 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the day. It was an error on the leadoff batter that was able to advance to second on the error. As that pitch swung on and missed, 1-1 now is the count. Then she scored on a sacrifice fly by Haley Jordan. And of course, when we talk about those sacrifice flies, we talk about the ICC Baptist Student Union. Brother Chris Burrows always doing a great job there at the ICC BSU. Appreciate everything he does for us here at ICC. Swung on and missed for strike 2. 1-2 now is the count here on Purdue. Now, she was listed at the DP, but they said she'll move to shortstop as soon as they give the lineups to start the contest. So waiting the 1-2 offering here. Pitch coming, and that one missing low and outside. Not a bad spot to miss that time by Burns. Just couldn't quite get her to chase one, so a good eye on the part of Purdue to even up the count now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs as Purdue, the number 9 batter, starting us off here. Change up, and that one inside, just missing as Conley held on to that one a little long. Turned around, looked at the home plate umpire, asked if it was inside. He said yes, it was, and now the count goes 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. Burns getting set to deliver. Pitch coming, swung on and missed for strike 3. Another big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Olivia Burns. Go back and look at that one again. That is her 5th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. That one swinging to start the inning there, so a big-time strikeout for Olivia. And now ICC trying to get another 3-up, 3-down inning here. They tried to get a 3-up, 3-down inning the previous inning, but it was a hit batter to Caldclough as that pitch missing for a ball. So we're back to the top of the lineup here in Hedgecock. Hedgecock reached on an error, actually advanced to second after the error, stole a base and scored a run on a sacrifice fly. That pitch finds the zone for a strike. 1-1 now goes the count. We're in the top of the third inning. As we said, running a new scoreboard here, ticker board there in the bottom right-hand corner. So trying to run it and the broadcast and the replays. So, yeah, need an extra hand. 1-1 pitch coming. Slap hit. It's going to get up the middle and go for a base hit. Well, nice job that time. Just laid back on it, slapped it through the middle, and that's going to be the first hit of the day for either team. And Hedgecock on base for the second time today, and you've got to be careful here if you're ICC, as Hedgecock has got plenty of speed to burn, as she's now over at first base with 1 out in the inning. And now this will be Sarah Hilton at the plate. So waiting the batter, Hilton, to step in the box. The umpire called her twice now, does dig in. Runner over at first. That pitch high, possibly a pitch out to see if she might have been going that time, and Hedgecock did not. She just trotted back to first. Hedgecock's already got 1 stolen base on the day, and that resulted in a run after a sacrifice fly to shallow right field. The throw was up the line. I don't think it would have been on time either way, as Hedgecock is super fast. This pitch fouled back off the netting, and 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out here. Runner over at first base. Burns trying to pitch out of this situation here. This one popped up, and it's going to get back and off the concession stand. And that time somebody on our field yelled heads up. We didn't get that last time the pitch landed here. I'm upset with D, the bus driver. He's supposed to make those plays. Shaking his head, said no, not today. And time is calling this situation here. Not real sure what that was about. Burns the infield umpire, and everybody kind of just called time real quick, make sure she didn't want a new ball, but they get it in here, 1-2. Awaiting the pitch here. Ground ball is going to be to the right side. That's going to go through for a base hit. They're going to try to get the runner to third. The throw is not going to be in time. And a single over to the right side that time. Back-to-back hits. Hilton with a clutch hit, a little hit and run action that time as the speedy Hedgecock was able to head over to third. And so now with one out, runners on the corners here, this is going to be Joyner coming to the plate, and Joyner had that sacrifice fly to score a run. She's trying to have another productive at-bat here for the Hurricanes. So one out and runners on the corners. We'll see how aggressive the Hurricanes elect to be on the bases here. 1-0 is the score. We're in the top of the third inning. This pitch swung on and missed. Nice fastball that time from Olivia Burns. Boy, I tell you what, it'll be a big time if ICC can find a Little Caesars double play to get out of this jam. You get a strikeout and out either way. You've got tons of speed over there at third base, representing that go-ahead run. Of course, when we talk about those go-ahead runs, we talk about your Itawamba County insurance agent, Joey Cox. It's that pitch. Runner goes, and they're going to try to throw it short, and the runner from third did not attempt, so that'll be a stolen base there for Hilton, as Sternisha came up and cut that one off. So now runners in scoring position here with one out, and Haley Joyner at the plate. So now an opportunity to break this game open here for Louisburg. They lead it 1-0. We're in the top of the third. There's only one out. That stolen base does take the double play out of effect, or at least a routine double play out of effect. So now if you're Burns, you got to go after the batter here. 1-1 is the count with one out. First ever World Series appearance here for ICC. This pitch popped up. Right side, Cox gives chase, but it gets out of play. And 1-2 now is the count. Raphael Henry running the camera over there. Lee Adams taking photos for ICCimages.com. Madison Haley running Twitter. Follow us there at Let's Go ICC. And I'm Adam Gore. I just do whatever I do. I fit in where I can get in. So 1-2 now is the count. Pitch coming. Ripped but foul. Boy, that one, if that could have stayed fair, could have been a double play opportunity, as Kreider had a pretty good dive on the ball, and if she would have caught it, could have dove down and tagged the bag. But instead, a break there for Louisburg. I keep trying to correct myself. I want to call them Louisville and also want to call them Louisburg, but it's Louisburg out of North Carolina. 1-3 pitch. This one popped up shallow. Second baseman's going to come up and make the play and look the runner back to third. Nice job by Rachel Sternisha to come up and make the play there for out number 2. A big out. And now this is going to bring up Clement to the plate. Clement digs in with 2 outs in the inning. 1-0 is the score. Runners on second and third here for the Hurricanes. This pitch popped up. Burns calling everyone off, and we'll squeeze it for the out. A big time out there from Olivia Burns as ICC gets out of the jam. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We'll move to the bottom of the third inning, but before we do that, we're going to take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now as we shift to the bottom of the third inning, ICC trailing it 1-0 after an error and a sacrifice fly in the top of the first gave Louisburg a 1-0 lead. For ICC now to be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up. Maggie Smithy, Joanna Vasquez, and Hope Harbin. ICC looking for their first hit of the day. Louisburg with a pair of hits. They've cashed in on an error, and they lead at 1-0. So Smithy will start us off here. She's the DP. Smithy swings on the first pitch she sees. This one hit deep, and gone! We're tied as a solo home run there for Maggie Smithy. And a big-time shot there, 1-1 is your score. Smithy sends that one to deep center field. Let's go back and look at that one on the Little Caesars instant replay. 1-1 now is your score. Smithy blisters that one and sent it out to center field, and we're tied at 1. You see Joanna Vasquez and company coming in there. And a big-time shot by Maggie Smithy. You see her touching third and heading home, and ICC has tied it up now, 1-1. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that might be Maggie's first collegiate home run, and it is a big one there as we start the bottom of the third with a run. 1-1 now is your score. This is going to bring up Joanna Vasquez now, the left fielder, to the plate. As a brief meeting in the mound after that home run, just kind of laugh it off and shake things up there for the pitcher. And now this is going to be Joanna Vasquez to the plate. JoJo, as she and I call each other friend. As a matter of fact, she yelled that at me from the dugout before the start of the game. There was no doubt who it was. As JoJo trying to keep the bats hot here for the Indians. Nice pitch there from Brooks as a looping pitch just drops in there for a strike. 0-1 now is the count. There is no outs as it was a solo home run by Maggie Smithy to start the inning here. We're tied at 1 in the bottom of the third. JoJo shows bunt, lays it down. Going to be a tough play over at first, but it gets her in time. So a bang-bang play over there at first base, and that's what we talked about. The height of Nobles will become a factor. 1-3 on the putout of Vasquez. As you look at the height of Noble, she's going to take a step, maybe a step and a half away from the speedy runners like Vasquez. So now with 1 out in the inning, this is going to bring up Hope Harbin. So Hope Harbin will come to the plate here for the Indians. There's 1 out and nobody on. Hope, we talked about the speed of Hedgecock. Hope equally as fast as she takes that first pitch high for a ball. Again, remember, if you have to step away, you can keep an eye on the game today by following us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. Scott Conley also checking in with the Roll Tribe. That pitch, a beautiful pitch in there, right above the knees for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. So waiting on the pitch here to Hope. 1-1 is the count. 1 out. Burns, or excuse me, not Burns, but Harbin. I looked down and saw Burns was wrote underneath Harbin's name, but Harbin thought about laying down the bunt. Didn't like what she saw, took it for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. This pitch swung on, popped back, and out of play off the top of the roof here on the concession stand. And it always makes it fun when it gets back there because it can fall 8 different directions. At that time, it fell directly straight behind us. As now 2-2 is the count here on Hope Harbin. So waiting the 2-2 pitch here to Harbin. That pitch goes high for a ball. So now the count goes 3-2 here on Hope Harbin. If you're ICC, we'd love to see Hope find a way on. This pitch ripped and foul down the line. So a nice job by Hope coming in on that inside pitch, fouling it off and keeping it alive here Well, as we said, this home plate umpire, he likes those inside pitches, and he's giving them on the left-handed batters on those outside pitches as well. So if you're ICC in Louisburg right now, you want to eliminate that outer edge of the plate and scoot up in the box if you're ICC and expect that inside work here from Brooks. Pitch coming, and this one lifted. It's back to the wall, but it's going to be caught. Nearly back-to-back home runs, or second home run of the game, I should say, as Harbin put a charge in that one, but couldn't find it, so that's going to be a fly out to center field. And so now we go back to the top of the lineup here in Maddie Miney. Miney lined out to center field in her first at-bat, so she's 0 for 1 on the day. 1-1 is your score after a solo home run from Maggie Smithy to start the inning here in the bottom of the third. So Maddie Miney set to dig in here. Looks at that first pitch, and it's in there for a strike. Well, some of the ICC faithful, not a big fan of that call there. As I see, we're starting to have some issues with the stream here. Could be, so there's going to be a ground ball, and it's not going to be in time, as that's going to be an error. E5 allows Miney to reach, trying to find a place to put our streaming box where we can still get service, but at the same time not let it get too hot, as that appears what it's doing right now is temperatures creeping into the 90s. So we do apologize if the stream is having some issues. And of course, a lot more people in the area, so could be also having some of that issues there as well. So after that error, this is going to be Rachel Stranisha coming into the plate. So that pitch goes high for a ball. So Rachel Stranisha, she struck out in her first at bat, takes that pitch in there for a strike, evens up the count now at 1-1. Miney goes. The throw is not going to be in time, and that's going to be a stolen base for Maddie Miney. Well, a good throw that time, but Maddie just has good speed, able to beat the throw down, moves into scoring position. As now the count goes 2-1 here. So hopefully we've got the situation with the AT&T MiFi card sorted out here. Pitch coming. This one's going to be off the hands, excuse me. Throw over to first is just in time. Once again, the height of Nobles coming into play there. 6-3 on the putout of Stranisha. And that leaves Miney stranded at second. 1-1 is your score. We've played 3 here in Clinton. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the fourth inning. 1-1 is your score after that solo home run for Maggie Smithy to tie us up in the bottom of the third. It'll be Nobles, Williams, and Calclo. As that pitch in the dirt for a ball. Olivia Burns in the circle here for ICC. She has given up 2 hits. She has struck out 5. The one run she's had today has been an unearned run, as it was an error back in the first inning that put Hedgecock on, as they're going to appeal down to first, say she'd go. She's going to say she did not. Some of the ICC fans didn't like that one. I got to agree there. Didn't look like she broke the plane with her bat that time. And so 2-0 now is the count here on Nobles. Nobles struck out swinging in her previous at-bat. Change-up, hangs up. 3-0 now is the count. Well, it also could be a day of seeing who is in the better condition, as temperatures, they're creeping into the upper 80s. Some forecasts even said it could clip into the lower 90s. As that pitch in there for a strike, 3-1 now is the count here to Nobles. There is a slight breeze. This is blowing now, but there's not enough of a breeze to keep it cool. ICC in their blue and red tops, gray pants, as this pitch across swung on and missed for strike 2. 3-2 now is the count. Got the blue socks with the red and white stripes, and for Louisburg, red tops trimmed in blue and white, white pants, white socks with the red and gray stirrups. Waiting the 3-2 pitch here, swung and a miss for strike 3. Another big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Olivia Burns. Well, a clutch strikeout there for Burns. She's got 6 of those. And for the third straight inning, ICC has retired the leadoff batter. And now with 1 out in the inning, this pitch swung on, and it's going to be a foul ball and just foul. Whenever I say just foul, ladies and gentlemen, that one about 2 inches away from being a fair ball. And the way the field drops off over there on the left side, it was going to be trouble. It's going to hit and run. So anything shallow or on that awkward edge over there on the left side of the field could be trouble later on later on the ball game. So this is Williams, who struck out looking in her previous at bat. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Throw over is in time. 1-3 on the putout. So now with 2 outs in the inning, after that ground ball, this will bring up Calclo, who was hit by a pitch. Change up, swung on this one out to the left side of the field, and Joanna Vasquez is there for the out. So a pitch and a quick out there, a very quick 3-up, 3-down inning there. As we're going to take a break and hear a word from freshman orientation and more here on the ICC Sports Network. We're tied at 1 as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
Your success at ICC starts with freshman orientation. Learn what the college has to offer, register for classes, meet your new ICC family, and discover all the ways to get involved across our 3 locations.
Hey guys, it's Madison, an orientation leader here at ICC. After you apply for enrollment, sign up for orientation because spots are filling up fast. Find out more at iccms.edu/orientation.
Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we shift now to the bottom of the fourth inning for ICC to be Samantha Conley, Summer Kreider, and Macy Cox, the 3-4-5 batters due up here. Samantha, she lined out to right field as the right fielder was just in the right spot at the right time to reach up and grab that one for the third out to end the first inning. Conley looks at that pitch, missing low and outside for a ball. Scott checking in. As I said, it looked like Some fans out there just got a text message from Dr. Allen, and I see him out there. Dr. Allen in center field along with Kerry Ball Williamson and Brad Boggs. As this pitch is popped up, and it's going to be to the left side. Shortstop going to try to go back, but can't get to it. It's going to drop for a hit. Well, a big-time play there for the Indians as that one drops. Just stayed in fair territory enough for it to drop for a base hit. Second hit of the day for the Indians as Samantha Conley gets the hit. But, yeah, that's Coach Ball, our AD. You've got our president, Dr. Jay Allen, and VP of Student Services, Brad Boggs, out there as we're going to have a runner coming in here for Samantha Conley as this is going to be Mackenzie Toombs coming in to run. So Toombs will come in to run in this situation. Again, we do apologize if we're having issues with the stream, trying to connect to the internet here, and it's just not working well. So we switched to the AT&T card. It's not working well as either. So we're just going to try to rough this one the best we can. There are no outs in the inning. And this is going to be Summer Kreider at the plate. Kreider takes that pitch in there for a strike. So Kreider takes that first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count here. Runner at first base as Kreider takes that pitch high. Snap throw down to first. It was in time, but the tag was not there. So Toombs got back in a hurry, got dirty, and keeps it alive over there at first base. So you got to keep your head on a swivel here if you're ICC. As the catcher shows that she will throw if you give her a big enough lead over there. So now Toombs over at first base. 1-1 is the count here to Summer Kreider. We're in the bottom of the fourth, scoreless. Or excuse me, 1-1 is your score, I should say, as the score's tied. Is what I was trying to say, is that pitch fouled off and out of play. Don't know if that got into the other field or not, as it was hit pretty well to the left side. 1-2 now is the count. No outs as Samantha Conley started the inning off with a bloop single out to the left side, and now Mackenzie Toombs running for her over at first base. So Kreider at the plate. Looks at that pitch missing low, nearly hit her that time, and now the count evens up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. This pitch popped up and it's going to be trouble. The catcher is going to go back, try to make the play, but it's going to, thought it hit the net at first, but it did not. So a catch right there in front of you in your living room, and that's going to be for out number 1. Runner was unable to advance. So now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning, 1-1 is your score. And this is going to be Macy Cox coming to the plate. Macy playing first base. She's typically the DP, but Casey Carpenter has a aggravating back injury that she re-aggravated during the state tournament. As Macy looks at that pitch, outside corner for a strike. As we said, he likes that pitch on the outside corner to lefties, especially when it's low like that, and that one called a strike there. So Casey Carpenter not available, so Macy playing first base. Maggie Smith is the DP, and she's paid off today. She's got that solo home run to tie us. That was in the bottom of the 3rd. Runner goes, try a little hit and run action that time as Cox fouls it off, and 0-2 goes the count here to Macy Cox. 1 out in the inning, 0-2 is the count here to Macy. There is a runner over at first base. That is Mackenzie Toombs, who is running in place of Samantha Conley. They'll just re-enter Sam in the exchange of the innings. So 0-2 is the count here to Macy Cox. Macy chases this one as it's fouled back and out of play. And 0-2 will stay the count here as Macy chased ball 1 that time, but was able to make contact with it and keep the at-bat alive here. So 0-2 stays the count here on Macy Cox. Runner at first, Mackenzie Toombs. 0-2 pitch coming. Macy blisters this one. Center fielder's going to go up and make the play. Now they're going to throw it over to second, and she will dive back in without an issue that time. So just a little routine fly ball out to center field retires Macy Cox for the second out of the inning. And now with 2 away, this is going to be Jessica Davis coming to the plate. Jessica struck out to end the second. She's 0 for 1 on the day. 1-1 is your score. It was a run after a sacrifice fly to score Hedgecock that reached on an error, stole a base, and scored on that sacrifice fly from Joyner. And then it was a solo home run by Maggie Smithy, who is on deck for the Indians to tie us up at 1. Davis looks at that pitch, and that one looked pretty good, but called a ball. As we're getting attacked by flies now all over the field. So 1-0 is the count here to Jessica Davis. That pitch goes high, 2-0 now goes the count to Davis. So Jessica will step out, look down at Coach Kirk and get the signals here. Mackenzie Toombs, who is running in place of Samantha Conley, who reached on a bloop single to start the inning. ICC trying to spark a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the 4th. This pitch popped up, but it's going to get well out of play. And 2-1 now goes the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Runner at first for ICC. 1-1 is your score here in the bottom of the 4th inning. This game's still in doubt as we've got a pitcher's duel going between these 2 pitchers. Mallory Brooks, who's in the circle, Olivia Burns for ICC. Mallory has given up 2 hits, a solo home run, and a single. And then for Burns, she's given up a pair of singles as well. That pitch missing low for a ball. 3-1 now goes the count to Jessica Davis. Again, we do apologize as we're having internet issues here at the ballpark. Hopefully it's going to hang in a little bit better than it's showing on the stream right now. 3-1 is the count here to Jessica Davis. Davis taking the whole way that time as this in there for a strike. 3-2 now goes the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here to Jessica Davis. Jessica playing in right field. Struck out swinging to end the second, trying to redeem herself here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs and a runner at first. Davis looks at that pitch, and it's going to go for ball 4. So a nice at-bat that time by Jessica. And so she'll go down to first on that walk, and now this will bring up Maggie Smithy. First walk of the day issued by Brooks. And now here comes Maggie Smithy. Smithy, first pitch she saw last time. Well, she sent it out to center field, and the ballpark wasn't big enough to hold it. It was a solo home run to start the 3rd inning. ICC fans would love to see them redo that one here, but instead, we have a meeting in the circle here as we'll take a break and hear from Sonic and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Yeah, these Red Bull slushes are invigorating, right?
I know it, man. I'm feeling confident, feeling pumped. I want to jump this thing.
I don't know if that's such a good idea, TJ.
No, man, I need help. Can we jump this thing?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Rush in for Sonic's new Red Bull slushes, half price during happy hour.
Bacon, Swiss cheese, juicy chicken on a King's Hawaiian bun.
Oh, what else is it saying?
It's saying you still owe me that $30.
Hang up!
Hurry into Sonic for the King's Hawaiian Chicken or Burger Club and try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
And welcome back. No changes made there for the Hurricanes. Louisburg trying to get out of this inning with no damage done, but ICC trying to spark a 2-out rally. Maggie Smithy at the plate with runners in first and second. Smithy takes a look at the first pitch she sees. It drops in there for a strike. Nice pitch from Brooks. Probably just talked about how they want to attack Smithy here, as Smithy, in her previous at-bat, took the first pitch she saw and parked it out in center field to tie us at 1. ICC fans would love to see a duplicate of that here, especially with runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the inning. And that time, Smithy just chases a bad pitch, and she was upset with herself there as she knew she couldn't hang off on that one. 0-2 now is the count here to Smithy. So 0-2 now is the count here on Maggie Smithy. 1-1 is your score. We're in the bottom of the 4th. First game of the day here. Actually, I should say first games of the day as that pitch goes high. Not a bad spot to miss that time, especially after Smithy had that home run in the first at-bat. See if you could get her to chase a rise ball out of the zone. She did not. 1-2 now is the count. But, yeah, 4 games going on right now. The next set of games will be scheduled for 3:30, and then, of course, we'll break down the brackets on letsgoicc.com later this evening. 1-2 pitch coming. Smithy looks at that pitch outside. 2-2 now is the count. Again, not bad misses there on the part of Brooks. She just couldn't get Smithy to chase either one of those, so a nice eye that time on those last 2 pitches by Smithy. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runners on first and second. 2-2 pitch coming. Smithy swings and misses for strike 3 and a big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there to end the inning. So ICC gets no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. We've played 4. We're tied at 1. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back to action as we move now to the top of the 5th inning. 1-1 is your score. ICC and Louisburg here in the opening round of the NJCAA Division II National Championship Softball Tournament here in Clinton, Mississippi. We do welcome everyone watching here on the ICC Sports Network, and we do want to say a special hello to those that might be watching in support of Louisburg out in North Carolina this afternoon. We hope you're enjoying today's broadcast. 1-1 is your score. It was Hedgecock who reached on an error, stole the base, and eventually came around to score on a sacrifice fly by Haley Joyner in the top of the 1st inning. As that pitch missing for a ball, then ICC tied it up on a solo home run to start the bottom of the 3rd from Maggie Smithy. So this is going to be the 8-9-1 batters due up. J.C. Arrington, Bailey Perdue, and then back to the top of the lineup in Macy Hedgecock. That pitch missing for a ball as well. 2-0 now is the count. Top of the 5th inning. This has been a pretty good moving contest here, as that one's going to hit her, and so she will head down to first. Second batter today that Olivia's hit, and she doesn't do that too often, so that one comes off the elbow of Arrington, and it looked like we may have a runner coming into this situation. And yes, Louisburg will send in a runner. Looks like it'll be number 6 coming in to run here. This is going to be Allie Clater. Allie Clater coming in to run. Well, again, we're trying to keep our equipment as cool as possible. The sun is shifting on us now. It's actually getting around where our tent is. And got to give a shout out to Macy's family. They brought the tent over here for us as well. And so Clater will come in to run for Arrington. No outs and a runner over at first base here. And so now the Hurricanes trying to get something spinning here. Yep, you see what I did there in the top of the 5th inning. 1-1 is your score. ICC, however, wants to see if they can find a way to get out of this inning with no damage done and keep this thing tied up. Now this is Bailey Perdue at the plate. She struck out swinging and takes a big healthy chop at that one, missing for strike 1. Well, pending the outcome of this game, we'll know when ICC plays next and who they'll play next, pending some of the other outcomes as well. Once again, visit letsgoicc.com later this evening for more information on how the tournament breaks down. Bunt is going to be laid down. It's only going to be one play, and it's to first, and it's in time. So that sacrifice bunt, and nearly got a double play out of it as the runner came around, turned a little too much, but got back just before the tag, or dove back just before the tag, and a near. So a sacrifice bunt. 1-3 on the putout. Clater was nearly tagged out as former ICC All-American pitcher Bailey Springfield is in the house. this afternoon to support ICC. So now with 1 out in the inning and a runner at second base, we go back to the top of the lineup. And this is going to be a bunt laid down. It's going to go for a bunt single. Well, Hedgecock once again showing off some of that speed. The bat nearly hit the ball after she laid the bunt down, but it did not. If the ball had any different type of roll on it, would have hit the bat. So that one just inches away from being a bad situation for Louisburg. But instead now, Hedgecock 2 for 2 on the day with a run scored, and now the go-ahead run is sitting at third base as this is going to be Hilton at the plate. Hilton singled to right field, stole the base but was left stranded back in the third inning. She also popped up in foul territory to the third baseman in her first at bat of the day. Takes that pitch in there for a strike, and they're going to try to throw it down, and the ball gets away. Nobody knew who wanted the ball that time, and the run will score. Well, they're trying to think it was going to be cut off by the second baseman. Rachel thought it was going to be caught by the pitcher. And now time is taken here as a foul ball rolls into the field here, and Coach Kurt wants to take a timeout. Timeout on the field. We're going to take it with them. ICC now trails it 2-1 in the top of the fifth.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with the Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
And welcome back as the errant throw got out to the center fielder and scored the run as Claytor came around to score. 2-1 now. Canes with the lead. 1 out. We're in the top of the fifth inning. And that exchange of the throw that time, Hedgecock was able to advance to third on that steal attempt. So a big time break there as a heads up play by Hedgecock got her over to second. So errors have loomed large here for the Indians as both runs have scored on those errors. So now there is the third run of the game sitting at third base. Shows bunt. Squeeze play. Throw is not in time as she dives out of the way and misses it. And that's going to go for a fielder's choice. So Hilton's will reach on the fielder's choice as the bunt just rolled forward and died just enough. If it takes a couple of more rotations, Burns is able to get to it, but instead a perfectly executed squeeze play that time. As Hilton will reach on the fielder's choice, she does get the RBI, and 3-1 now is the score in the top of the fifth. There's only 1 out in the inning now, as this is going to be Joyner at the plate. Joyner is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. There is a runner at first in Hilton. So when you get to this level of play, it's all about execution, and right now Louisburg has out-executed ICC. A pair of errors have haunted the Indians in this one, and then a nice squeeze bunt there, as this is going to be a fly ball out to the right side. Right fielder Jessica Davis is going to go over, and then it's going to drop out of her hands. Another error on the Indians, as Davis just couldn't squeeze that one. The third error of the game on ICC. Very uncommon for the Indians to see them have this many errors in a game. And so a big time break there for Louisburg. Second error of the inning. And so now this is going to be Mary Anna Clement coming to the plate. She's 0 for 2 of the day with a strikeout. There is 1 out in the inning. Runners at first and second. Hilton reached on a fielder's choice. Joyner, who is over at first, reached on an error as that pitch in there for a strike. So 2 runs have scored so far here in the top of the fifth inning. ICC needs to find a way to keep the damage at a minimum. Change up, ground ball, third baseman is going to get to it, but it's going to be a foul ball. And that was kind of a break there for ICC. If She makes that play in fair territory. The way her momentum is carrying her down the line that time would have continued to carry her out, and they probably would have went for a base hit. So Clement now with a 0-2 count. Boy, it'll be a big time for a Renaissance Bank strikeout here if Burns can find one. 0-2 pitch coming. This one fouled back off the netting, and we'll stay 0-2. Nice job on the part of Clement that time to find a piece of that one, foul it back, and keep the at-bat alive here. No balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. There's a runner at first and second here for Louisburg. They've scored 2, 1 on an error and 1 on a perfectly executed squeeze play after the error allowed the speedy Hedgecock to get over to third. As that pitch missing outside for a ball. Not a bad spot to miss. As see if you could get Clement to swing on that one. She did not. And now the count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Runners at first and second. Top of the 5th inning. ICC trailing 3-1. This pitch popped up right side of the field. Davis is going to camp underneath it, squeezes it, and they're not going to try to advance the runner as the throw will be over. And so that one will be scored E9. Good job by Davis after committing the previous error to get underneath it, be fundamentally sound for the out for out number 2. So this scheduled up is Nobles. We'll see if, looks like we're going to have a change here. Leanne Cluck. So 24 for 15. So Cluck, which is spelled C-L-U-K, so probably saying that wrong. But Leanne will come in to bat here with 2 outs and runners on first and second. 2 runs have scored here in the top of the 5th. ICC wants to get out of this inning with minimum damage done and see if they can find the bats and rally in this one. They've rallied once today. Going to have to do it big time here late in the contest. Top of the 5th, ICC trailing it 3-1 with 2 outs. And runners on first and second here for the Hurricanes. This pitch missing low in the dirt. Nice job by Conley to block that one up and keep the runners at first and second. 1-0 is the count. Nobles was 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Cluck in here trying to spark a 2-out rally. Looks at that pitch. Oh, good looking pitch. Called a ball. Here's some of the ICC faithful kind of barking about that one. Good looking for my opinion as well, but the only opinion that matters in the ballpark is the guy behind the plate. 2-0 now is the count here to Cluck. Cluck fouls this one off, and 2-1 now goes the count. There is a runner at first and second. Runner at second, that's Hilton. And so the 2-1 pitch coming. Change up, and it was a beautiful pitch there as Cluck could not do anything with that one. So you've got Hilton at second. Joyner is at first. Joyner reached on that error. ICC trying to pitch around that miscue here as 2-2 now is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Pitch coming. Change up, and it's a beauty in there for a strike. A big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Olivia Burns. ICC sees Louisburg score 2 runs on 1 hit and 2 errors, and they leave 2 stranded. ICC trails at 3-1. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. ICC trails at 3-1 here as we move now to the bottom of the fifth inning. Joanna Vasquez, Hope Harbin, and then back to the top of the lineup in Maddie Miney due up here. Well, ICC would love to get their bats fired up. They've got 2 hits on the day. Joanna Vasquez grounded out to the pitcher on a bunt attempt in her previous at-bat. It's a hard hit ball to the third baseman, finds it, throws over in time for the putout. Nice play over there at third base as she basically just put her glove down, closed her eyes, and turned her head and said, "Look what I found." A good job by Joyner to retire the speedy Vasquez for the first out of the inning. And now this is going to be Hope Harbin. Hope coming to the plate. She flew out on a deep fly ball to center field as the center fielder was a step away from the wall, able to retire Harbin in her previous at-bat. ICC would love to see Hope get on with her speed. Hope going to try to see if she went on that one. The home plate umpire said yes, she did. As that one will go for a strike. Surprised he didn't appeal down to first on that one, especially the way the call was earlier in the ball game, but it is his call. So 0-1 now is the count here to Hope Harbin. Hope was that pitch high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike is the situation. Brother Chris Burrows checking in. He is the BSU director. Appreciate everything he does for ICC. Follow them on Twitter at ICCBSU. Harbin thought about trying to lay down the bunt, but that pitch drifts high. 2-1 now is the count. There is 1 out in the inning after a ground out to the third baseman on a nice play by Joyner to retire JoJo on a hard hit ball over there to third base. So Harbin at the plate, looks at that pitch, missing inside. Now 3-1 goes the count here to Hope Harbin. 3 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. ICC trails it 3-1. The Indians would love to see those bats come alive. We've seen a lot of rallies late in the contest from ICC this season. And there is ball 4, so Harbin will head down to first with the walk, and that's a big one there. Now you have the speedy Hope Harbin on the bags for ICC. And now they're going to come out and talk things over here once again with their pitcher. Let's take a quick timeout and hear from First American National Bank. Back with more right after this.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily. But our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Well, looks like we will have a pitching change here for Louisburg. We'll see if we can find her name and number. It is number 21. That's going to be Grayson. Tamara Grayson coming into the contest to pitch here for the Hurricanes. We're going to take another timeout, hear a few words from our sponsors, and come back with more. ICC trails at 3-1. Runner on first base, and Maddie Miney will greet Grayson when we come back after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. There's one out in the inning, and Maddie Miney coming to the plate here for ICC. Hope Harbin on first. She drew a walk. She belongs to Brooks, but good news for Brooks, even if she does score, she can't be the loser in this game. She can only be the winner as she exits with a 3-1 lead and a runner at first. Maddie Miney at the plate. Maddie's going to take a look at that first pitch, drifting high for a ball. This is Grayson in the circle. First time we've seen her today. So we'll have to see what all she can bring to the plate here. You figure in this situation, probably one of the team's closers. So 1-0 is the count here to Maddie Miney. Miney looks at that pitch. It's missing outside. A little bit more heat on that pitch than what we've seen out of the hands of Brooks. And as we said, Brooks wasn't necessarily a burner. She was one of those that she could really locate, hit her spots, and work it on the hands of batters. Wasn't a strikeout pitcher, but she was a routine out pitcher, and that she was successful in that today. 2-0 pitch coming. That one missing low to Maddie Miney. And now 3-0 is the count. Well, Miney represents the tying run here. 3-0 is the count to Maddie. Figure she'll be taking the whole way here with this 3-0 situation. And she is, and that's going to be a walk. So the tying run is on base here for ICC. That's a nice at-bat there as Maddie gets a 4-pitch walk. And now this is going to be Rachel Stranisha coming to the plate. Well, can ICC spark the bats? We'll find out here as there is one out in the inning. That was a ground out by JoJo Vasquez to the third baseman. Back-to-back walks now issued, and this is going to be Rachel Stranisha coming to the plate. Tying run is at first base. We're in the bottom of the 5th, 3-1. Louisburg with the lead. Rachel Stranisha at the plate. Rachel takes that pitch in there for a strike. Rachel 0 for 2 on the day. She struck out swinging in the first, grounded out to the shortstop in the third. So ICC would love for her to find her first hit of the day here. Rachel had a couple of doubles in that semifinal game against LSU Eunice. Something to the gap here, can score 2 as you've got a lot of speed on the bases. A swing and a miss there. 0-2 now is the count here to Rachel Stranisha. No balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. You've got Samantha Conley, who had a bloop single in her previous at-bat, is on deck right now for the Indians. ICC would love to wake up the bats. They've only got 2 hits today, one of those being a solo home run off the bat of Maggie Smithy. Stranisha fouls this one off out of play as it goes towards the entrance. A few fans having to step out of the way of that one that time. And the count will stay 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out now is the situation here for the Indians. Tying run is at first in Maddie Miney. She leads the teams in steal. Hope Harbin, she's quicker than Walt Flanagan's dog over at second base. As Stranisha looks at that pitch, borderline pitch, missing for a ball. 1-2 now is the count. Matter of fact, the catcher thought that one was a strike that time as she was set to deliver it down, then held on to it for a second after it wasn't called. So 1-2 now goes the count here on Stranisha. Change up, and that was in there for a strike. Nice pitch that time. We've said it numerous times throughout the season. We'll say it again. If a pitcher can successfully throw their changeup for strikes, they're going to be dangerous, and that one was a beautiful pitch there for out number 2 now. And so now ICC is going to have to try to find a 2-out rally, and it's got to start with Samantha Conley. She's 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a line out to right field. Runners at first and second here for the Indians. That pitch right down the middle for a strike. They're going to throw the ball down to second as Harbin was taking her time to get back. ICC has been a couple of errors, an error in the first and then an error in the 5th. That is the difference in the game right now as Louisburg doing what good teams do. They make you pay for your mistakes as they scored 2 runs on those errors. That pitch missing outside for a ball, evens the count now at 1-1 here on Samantha Conley. Jane Autry tuning in as that pitch missing low for a ball. Jane saying, I'm watching and this still makes me nervous as she's trying to hope to see ICC rally for this one. Tying run at first base. There is 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Samantha Conley at the plate. Conley swings and misses. Nice location on that pitch, a little low and outside. Conley over the top of it. And 2-2 now is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Hope Harbin, she's at second. She drew a walk. Maddie Miney at first, she also drew a walk. And so now Conley's going to have to protect the plate here with a 2-2 count. Louisburg, though, trying to get out of this, a little bit of a jam here in the bottom of the 5th. As Conley pops this one up, it's going to be trouble and can't get to it. 1 run will score, and the runner will go to third, and then Conley a heads-up play to second base. Big-time clutch hit there for Samantha Conley. Makes it a 1-run contest. Boy, that was big there. Let's go back and look at this one on the Little Caesars instant replay as Sam, for the second time today, just reaches down and drops a single into the outfield as she was able to advance to second on the throw. As you see, Hope Harbin scoring from second. That's going to be an RBI single for Samantha Conley, and it's now 3-2. Now this is going to be Summer Kreider to the plate. Summer is 0 for 2 on the day. Runners at second and third here for ICC. Kreider leads the team in home runs with 10. Takes a look at that pitch. It's going to miss low for a ball. Can the Indians keep this 2-out rally going here? Tying run is at third base. That's in Maddie Miney. A pass ball could score as she's got a lot of speed. It's going to have to hit and get away from the catcher. That pitch finds the outside corner for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here to Summer Kreider. Summer popped up to second and then popped back in foul territory. Is just enough room for the catcher to make the play. I thought it was going to bounce off the netting, but it did not. So she's 0 for 2 on the day. 1-1 now is the count here to Summer Kreider. Kreider waits on the changeup, lifts it to the left side. Left fielder's going to camp over and can't make the play in foul territory. Big time play there for the Indians as the left fielder tried to go out and catch that one in foul territory. It was fouled by about a foot. If that one stays fair, then ICC takes the lead. So Louisburg fans can breathe a deep sigh of relief. So she was outside the line when she made the contact that time. So now 1-2 is the count here to Summer Kreider. Kreider's due. She's 0 for 2 on the day. And boy, right now would be a clutch time for Kreider to come in with a hit. Tying run is at third base. There is 2 outs here at the bottom of the 5th. Kreider, grounder, third baseman, bobbles it. Can't find it, but then Conley does the score. Yes, it does. The run did score, so it got the job done for ICC as Maddie Miney scores before the tag over at third base, and just a running miscue that time by the Indians, but 3-3 is your score. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the 6th inning. ICC does score 2 to tie it up as Maddie Miney did beat the she crossed the plate before they tagged Samantha Conley out at third, and so the run did count. The Louisburg coach came up and asked in between innings. The home plate umpire said yes, he was for sure, and I thought she did too. It was a big run as Maddie Miney's got really good speed down at third, was hustling home the whole way, and so now we're tied at 3 here in the top of the 6th inning. So it's going to be the 6, 7, 8 batters due up. Williams, Call-Clo, and Arrington due up as that pitch finds the outside corner for a strike from Olivia Burns. So the Indians, they are the home team, so they will have the final at bat in the bottom of the 7th if needed. As there's a change-up, grounder, slow roller, third baseman gets it, throw over is tall, but a nice stretch that time on the part of Macy Cox to get the out, score that one 5-3 for those of you that are scoring at home to retire Brittany Williams. So now with one out in the inning, this is going to bring up Calclo. So with one out and nobody on here, 3-3 is your score. This ball game has been everything you would anticipate and then some when you get to the World Series. That pitch, a rise ball, swung on and missed for a strike. Nice pitch that time from Olivia Burns to get it ahead in the count now, 0-1. So 0-1 is the count. That pitch just missing outside. Evens the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out here. We're in the top of the 6th inning. ICC and Louisburg College tied at 3. This pitch blistered deep, and it's going to be off the fence, off the top of the fence, so that's going to go for a double. Nearly tagged her out at second, but that will go for a double there. A 1-out double from Calco. That one, if it goes about 3 inches taller, it's a line drive home run here at the Short ballpark. So ICC catching a big-time break there. So now with 1 out in the inning and the go-ahead run at second, this is going to be Arrington coming to the plate. She's 0 for 1 on the day. She was hit by a pitch. Her runner, Claytor, scored on a throwing error by the Indians back in the 5th inning. So now with 1 out and a runner at second base, Burns in a little bit of a corner here. Going to have to pitch her way around this jam. Pops this one up. And there's going to be a play. Nice running catch behind her that time by Macy Cox. And that's a big out, folks. As if she doesn't make that play, it probably drops for a fair ball. The runner's able to advance to third. Nice pitch, though, from Olivia Burns to get that pop-up. And an equally nice play that time by Macy Cox to get the out. So now with 2 outs, we go to Purdue at the plate now. Indians trying to get a quick 3-up, 3-down inning. See if they can keep the bats somewhat hot in the bottom of the 6th. That pitch missing for a ball. Well, as quickly as the home plate umpire stood up that time, I thought he was getting ready to call it a strike. Instead, misses it high and outside for a ball 1. 1-0 now is the count. Change up is laid down. One play, it's over to first in time. Nicely done that time. Olivia Burns doing a good job of defending her position. 1-3 on the putout to end the inning. And ICC gets out of the jam. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. ICC and Louisburg tied at 3. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the bottom of the 6th inning. 3-3 is your score. Due up for ICC is going to be Macy Cox, Jessica Davis, and Maggie Smithy. All due up here, or scheduled up, I should say. So you take a look at Macy Cox getting ready to dig in here and start the inning. Raphael Henry running the camera today. Now, Lee and Raphael, they're going to go back home tonight. They've got a few other things they got to take care of back in Fulton this week, so it'll be just me for tomorrow's games. So we're at the bottom of the 6th, and Macy's going to start us off here. Macy 0 for 2 on the day. She takes that pitch in there for a strike. flew out to left field, flew out to center field in her first 2 at-bats today. So Macy is due in this situation, trying to find a way to come up with a big clutch hit here for ICC. 3-3 is your score. Bottom of the 6th inning. That pitch missing low for a ball. By the way, they had the National Tournament Banquet last night. If you would like to see some of those pictures, Madison Haley took some pictures last night as well as some videos. You can go to the ICC softball page on Facebook. Just simply search ICC softball, and you can see some of that. I'll tell you this, the girls clean up kind of nicely. Is that pitch going to miss high for a ball? 2-1 now is the count. First time in school history that the softball team has advanced here to the national tournament. They've been close a lot of times, but when you got teams like LSU, Eunice, and Jones, you really got to earn your way into this tournament. Is that pitch in there for strike? 2-2 now is the count. Eunice being the other team in the Region 23 to represent the tournament, or excuse me, represent the region, I should say, here in the tournament. So 2-2 now is the count here to Macy Cox. Change up. Macy reaches up, flies this one over, and the shortstop could not get to it. You kind of see that slant out there. It's an awkward slant. It looks like if you will, you see where the dirt was, and it just drops off. I mean, almost, I wouldn't say 90 degree, but pretty sharp drop off there for anybody that's trying to chase over on the left side. It makes a interesting day. Kind of reminds you a little bit of Roy Crescent Field, how it has that extreme slant to help the water drain out there. So if you're not used to this field, and we've seen it a couple of times, kind of tricks you up. And that pitch tipped but held on to for a strike. A big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there of Macy Cox to start the inning. Second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Grayson. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, RenaissanceBank.com, member FDIC. Now this is going to be Jessica Davis coming to the plate. Traditional spelling of Jessica, Jessica, but prefers to be called Jessica. She's 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. Shows bunt, pulls back, and takes that one high for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here. A quick time is taken by the coach for Louisburg. Let's give you a Sonic scoring recap. It started in the top of the first whenever Hedgecock reached on an error, stole a base, and scored on a sacrifice fly by Joyner. 1-0 in favor of the Hurricanes. ICC went 3 up, 3 down in the bottom half of the inning. Both teams exchanged scoreless second innings. ICC got a solo home run from Maggie Smithy to start the bottom of the third to tie us at 1-1. Both teams once again went scoreless in the fourth. Then Louisburg took advantage of a pair of errors to push across 2 runs in the top of the fifth, and ICC heads up quick play by Maddie Miney helped tie the contest, as it was an RBI single from Samantha Conley that scored Hope Harbin, and then Summer Kreider ultimately reached on a fielder's choice after a tag out over at third base of Samantha Conley. But before that, though, Maddie Miney, showing off that good speed, was able to get home and tied the contest at 3. That's a Sonic scoring update being brought to you by the Sonic in Fulton. Boy, I tell you what, a half cherry, half grape slush sounds really good right now. D, what do you drink when you go to Sonic? Darius, our bus driver for ICC, he says he's a classic Coke guy, and I know Buddy Long loves to hear that, as Buddy Long, another proud sponsor here, the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination, and ICC hopes they can find that winning combo brewing here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3-3 is your score. Davis, grounder right back to the pitcher. She finds it, throws over in time for the out. So now this will bring up Maggie Smithy, who did have that solo home run. She struck out to end the fourth, trying to see if she can spark a 2-out rally here for the Indians. As we're in the bottom of the 6th. Smithy looks at that changeup, missing low for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Joanna Vasquez is on deck for ICC. JoJo 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of groundouts. So we said Maggie had that solo home run to start us off in the third. She did strike out swinging. That's that pitch in there for a strike. She was the third strikeout victim of the day for the starter, Mallory Brooks, who was lifted. She is now no longer the pitcher of record in the contest. 3-3 is your score. That pitch hangs up outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. Here to Maggie Smithy. Well, Smithy sent it to the deepest part of the ballpark in the third, and it just wasn't big enough to hold it as she hit a solo home run to start the inning there to tie us at 1. That pitch, a beautiful pitch in there for a strike off the fastball. 2-2 now is the count on Smithy. If Smithy were to find a way on, then it'll be Joanna Vasquez due up next for the Indians. 2 outs and nobody on here for ICC. Smithy awaiting the 2-2 pitch. Change up, and they're going to say, did she go? And they're going to say she did. I don't necessarily agree with that one, and none of the ICC fans do either. So a tough break there for ICC, as that's going to be called a swinging strike 3 to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, go the Indians in the 6th. We're heading to the 7th. Tied at 3. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
Welcome back. Drama here in the first game of the day for the Indians. 3-3 is your score. So 3-3 is your score. We're in the top of the 7th. ICC is the home team, so they will have the final at bat. But if you're Louisburg, you like the situation you're in right now as you have the 1-2-3 batters coming up to the plate. Mason Hedgecock, she has been a tough out today. She reached on an error in the first, stole a base, scored a run, singled in the third, singled back in the 5th, also scored a run after advancing on an error there. Errors have haunted the Indians here in the first game of the day. All 3 runs have been a result of an error in this contest. And so Olivia Burns will start us off here. That pitch drifts high for a ball. Well, you see the shift being put on here for ICC as the third baseman in at stream, second baseman Rachel Stranisha in tight. Charlie Piper checking in, saying it's time to get things going here for the Indians as that pitch going to miss low for a ball. 2-0 now is the count. Hedgewood 2 for 3 on the day. 2 runs scored. She does have a pair of singles. And this is the out you need to get here if you're ICC, as Hedgewood has tons of speed. That pitch missing for a ball. ICC fans getting a little restless here in the previous inning, not liking the check swing call for strike 3 and not liking that pitch there. I do believe it was up and in for a ball. That pitch going to miss for ball 4. No, he's going to call it a strike. Well, Hedgewood had started down to first base, and maybe a little bit of a makeup call there, as that one looked to be low and inside, but called a strike. 3-1 now is the count here on Hedgecock. 3-1 pitch coming. It's popped up, trouble. And there's Macy Cox over to make the play. Big time play there for Macy Cox. Let's go back and look at that one, and that's a big out. Macy having to come over far from her position over at first base, able to come in and basically catch it where the second baseman would normally be, but with Rachel Stranisha playing in, anticipating the bunt. A big-time play there for Macy Cox to get the first out of the inning. And now this is going to bring up Sarah Hilton. Hilton is 1 for 2 on the day. She did reach on a fielder's choice after driving in the third run of the game. Is that pitch in there for a strike? She singled, stole the base, but was left stranded at second. In the third, she's also popped up in foul territory to the third baseman. So 1 for 3 on the day is Hilton. 1 out, nobody on here. Top of the 7th. 3-3 is your score. Hilton looks at that pitch, missing low for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Good eye on the part of Hilton. She thought about going after that one that time, but held off on it. 1 ball and 1 strike and 1 out. High drama here in the 7th inning. This pitch out to right field. Jessica Davis is there for the out. Davis basically took 2 steps to her right and a couple back that time to get the out. Now there's 2 away in the inning, and this is going to bring up Joyner. Joyner had a sacrifice fly on her first at bat to score a run, popped up to second and did reach on an error. And so coach wanting to come over and offer a few words of encouragement here for his batter. So 3-3 is your score. Joyner at the plate. Can ICC get a 3-up, 3-down inning and see if they can do it in dramatic fashion in the bottom half of the inning? That pitch right in there for a strike. Nice job that time by Burns, taking a little bit off that pitch. 0-1 now is the count here to Joyner. Joyner reached on an error after a ball was dropped out of the glove of the right fielder in her previous at-bat. She was left stranded in scoring position. Or excuse me, she was not left stranded in scoring position, but she was left stranded. Is that pitch missing for a ball? 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. We're in the top of the 7th inning. 3-3 is your score. Opening round game of the NJCAA Division II softball tournament here in Clinton. That pitch missing low for a ball. 2-1 now goes the count. As we talked about, ICC's first ever appearance in the national tournament. I tell you, Region 23 is almost as tough as this tournament here when you have teams that come through Region 23. As the changeup hangs up for a ball, 3-1 now goes the count. You have the number 1 team in the country, LSU Eunice. Then you had Jones, you had East Central, Pearl River. The list goes on and on and on. Oh, and don't forget your Indians as well, who are nationally ranked. So ready the 3-1 offering here. Pitch coming, lifted, deep fly ball. And it's going to be back, and Joanna Vasquez makes a leaping catch. JoJo doing JoJo things out there in left field, and a big-time clutch out there. We saw her do it in the state tournament. She robbed a home run, and that time she makes the leaping catch out there in left field. That could be a nominee for our Wanna Play Wednesday, being brought to you by Renaissance Bank. You see JoJo out there making the catch, and that's a big time out there. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Hurricanes in the top of the 7th. We're going to take a break. Can ICC find a way to walk it off? We'll find out right after this, and a few words from our sponsors. 3-3 your score as we go to the bottom of the 7th.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. High drama here in the opening round of the national tournament here in Clinton. Joanna Vasquez is going to start us off here. JoJo takes a look at that pitch in there for a strike. JoJo made a great play defensively, a jumping catch in fair territory down there in left field to end the inning. ICC, you don't have to do anything big here. You just need runners on the bases as we're in the bottom of the 7th. JoJo, show bunt. The pitch was high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Joanna Vasquez, Hope Harbin, and Maddie Miney all due up here for the Indians in the bottom of the 7th. Louisburg, however, would try to get a 3-up, 3-down inning here and see if they can extend this contest. Bottom of the 7th inning. Vasquez looks at that pitch. It's in there for a strike as well. Well, again, some of the ICC faithful not a big fan of the strike zone that it's been over the last couple of innings. To me, though, it stayed consistent all day. The home plate umpire's been pretty solid, except for 1 or 2 calls here or there, but hey, who's perfect? 1-2 pitch coming. JoJo rips one up the middle. It's going to go for a base hit. Joanna Vasquez starts us off with a single here in the bottom of the 7th. A clutch hit there for the Indians. Go back and Look at that one on the Little Caesars instant replay. The game-winning run is on the bases now here for the Indians. And this is going to be Hope Harbin coming to the plate here for ICC. JoJo just reached out, found that one, sent it out to center field. And so now JoJo, who has pretty good speed, over at first base. And the Indians coming to the plate now, and this is going to be Hope Harbin. No outs, runner at first. Hope shows bunt, pulls back and takes it for a ball. Infield is charging in. Well, you look how the defense is shifting here. If you're Hope, if you could push a bunt towards second base, with the speed she's got, she could possibly beat the play out and then have runners at first and second with no outs in the inning. Bottom of the seventh, 3-3 is your score. Winning run is at first base in Joanna Vasquez, who started the inning off with a single. Harbin tries to sneak the bunt in that time. It goes foul, evens the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and no outs. Maddie Miney is on deck for the Indians. Hope Harbin batting in that 9 spot. She's 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a run scored. Bottom of the 7th. High drama here in this one. Hope Harbin with a 1-1 count. No outs. Winning run is at first. Hope shows bunt, lays it down. Going to be a tough play. Throw over to first is in time, though, and Vasquez advances to second. Well, Hope Harbin doing her job there with a sacrifice bunt. 1-3 on the putout of Harbin. Runner advanced to second. That sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice. Pay for our sins. That's the ICC BSU. So now back to the top of the lineup here in Maddie Miney. She is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk, a run scored. She did reach on an error, stole a base, and was left stranded at second, back in the third. A base hit here will win it. At least something to the outfield for the Indians. As Miney will dig in. Joanna Vasquez at second. That is the winning run here in the bottom of the 7th inning. There is 1 out. That pitch paints that outside corner for a strike. Well, as we said, this umpire, he likes those corners and he likes them low. So as ICC, you got to know that. And at least, if anything, try to find a way to foul off those pitches once you fall behind in the count. 0-1 is the count here to Maddie Miney. Miney looks at that pitch, and it's in there for a strike. Nice job that time by Grayson, filling up the strike zone, getting ahead of the count now. 0-2 on Maddie Miney. No balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Runner at second base. That is the winning run, and Joanna Vasquez, who singled to start the bottom of the 7th. Miney at the plate. Rips this one, and it's going to be a foul ball. Well, the third baseman made a diving effort. The ball hit and just basically took a left turn. If that one somehow would have stayed fair, then Miney would have probably been able to reach first in that situation. So a break there for Louisburg. So the count stays 0-2 with 1 out and the runner still at second base. That is the winning run here for ICC. Maddie Miney at the plate, trying to find a way to drive in this run here and walk it off for the Indians. Waiting the 0-2 pitch. Miney swings and misses a big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for the 2nd out of the inning. Grayson comes in clutch there. Miney couldn't find that one. Grayson taking a little bit off of that pitch. And a huge, huge pitch there for the Hurricanes. So now this is going to be Rachel Stranisha at the plate. She's 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Grounded out to short to end the 3rd. Joanna Vasquez is at second. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning here. 2 outs in the inning. Stranisha at the plate. Takes a look at that pitch up high for a ball. A lot of fans for both teams on their feet right now. ICC fans to my left. There's a few of them peppering the line down there on the first base side as well. 3-3 is your score. Stranisha fouls this one off. And that one goes for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Well, she tried to go opposite field that time as she went with the pitch on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs is the situation here on Rachel Stranisha with the winning run at second here for ICC and Joanna Vasquez. JoJo's got good speed, so something you might be able to test the arm of an outfielder if you can get the ball out there. Stranisha looks at that pitch. It's in there for a strike. 1-2 now is the count. So now the Hurricanes trying to get out of this inning and take us to the 8th. ICC, though, with a 1-2 count, and Samantha Conley on deck trying to find a way to see if they can spark the bats here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. 3-3 is your score. Runner at second base here for the Indians. Rachel Stranisha tries to take time. The umpire doesn't give it to her. Stranisha pops this one off out of play, and we'll stay at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Rachel Stranisha at the plate, battling here. That's the second time she's fouled off a pitch, trying to see if she can find a way to win the battle. Winning run at second, bottom of the 7th, ICC. Can they walk it off in dramatic fashion? Waiting for the pitch here from Grayson. Stranisha lifts this one. It's going to drop. She's rounding third, heading home, and ICC will walk it off. The Indians win it in dramatic fashion on a walk-off single by Rachel Stranisha, and ICC wins 4-3. Big time play there. As let's go back and look at that one. Stranisha lifts that one out to the gap in right field. Joanna Vasquez slides home, and ICC wins it by the final score of 4-3 in the first game of the tournament. A big, big win there for the Indians. We're going to take a break and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC wins it by the final score of 4-3. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My, oh my, what an exciting ball game that you got to see here on the ICC Sports Network. It was a walk-off single by Rachel Stranisha that scored Joanna Vasquez with 2 outs and 2 strikes on Rachel, and ICC wins it by the final score of 4-3. Let's take a look at all your instant replays this afternoon. We're going to be sending these highlights, by the way, to WCBI and WTVA if they've got room for those tonight. Hopefully they'll be able to run it because the SEC baseball tournament is still going on as well. Here, let's take a look at some Little Caesars stats, and let's start with Louisburg. Louisburg falls to 36-10 on the year. ICC, however, improves to 39-14-1 on the season. So we'll be playing at 3:30 tomorrow. So you'll be back here on the Red Channel for that. Hedgecock, man, she had a great game today. She was 2 for 4 with a pair of singles, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base. Sarah Hilton was 1 for 4 on the day. She did reach on a fielder's choice. She also had a single, stole a base, and an RBI. Haley Joyner on the afternoon, she was 0 for 4. She reached on an error, had a 0 for 3, had a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Mary Anna Clement, she was 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. Leanna Nobles, she was 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. Leanne Cluck was 0 for 1 with a strikeout as well. Brittany Williams was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Abby Calclo was 1 for 2 with a double. She was left stranded in the 6th. That was a big out there for the Indians, or a big jam to get out of there in the 6th for the Indians. She was also hit by a pitch. J.C. Arrington was 0 for 2 on the day. She was hit by a pitch. Her runner, Claytor, scored back in the 5th. And then Bailey Purdue was 0 for 2 on the day. She did have a sacrifice bunt and a strikeout. For ICC, Maddie Miney was 0 for 3 on the day with a walk and a run scored. Rachel Stranisha, one of our Sonic co-stars of the game, she was 1 for 4 with an RBI single and the biggest hit of the day for Rachel as she helped ICC walk it off in the bottom of the 7th. Sam Conley was 2 for 3 on the day with a pair of singles and RBI. Then you had Summer Kreider, who was 0 for 3 on the day. She did reach on a fielder's choice and push across a run. Dr. Jay Allen coming in to celebrate with the girls. You've got Macy Cox. She was 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. Jessica Davis was 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. Maggie Smithy was 1 for 3 with a home run, a run scored, and obviously an RBI. Joanna Vasquez, she had a single and scored the game-winning run. So she was 1 for 3 on the day. Hope Harbin 0 for 1 with a walk, a run scored, and a sacrifice bunt to help set up the heroics there in the bottom of the 7th. You're taking a look at some of these Little Caesars instant replays at the end of the game. They're dragging the field right now, and dust is just getting all over the place. ICC will await the winner, or find out who the winner is. We'll give that update on Twitter a little bit later today. So ICC scores 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, and they had 1, 2, 3 errors. So 4 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors. And then for Louisburg, they had 3 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits and 1 error. Our other Sonic co-star of the game is Olivia Burns. Olivia had a great game. Gave up 3 runs, 2 of those earned. Scattered 4 hits. She also had 6 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the afternoon. So that's going to wrap it up for today's broadcast of ICC softball here on the ICC Sports Network. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. History made, and history continues here for ICC. They win their first ever MACJC championship, make their first ever appearance here in the national tournament, and now get their first ever win in the national tournament as well. ICC wins it by the final score of 4-3, thanks to a walk-off single by Rachel Stranisha that scores Joanna Vasquez in the bottom of the 7th. You see it there. ICC wins it 4-3. That's going to do it for today's broadcast. We'll be back tomorrow at 3:30 here in Clinton. Opponent to be determined. So stay tuned. Follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. We appreciate Madison Haley for running that today. Raphael Henry has been running the camera. Lee Adams taking photos. You can see photos today on ICCimages.com. You can order those photos, digital downloads available for $1. 4-3, your final score. This is Adam Gore signing off, saying have a great evening. And as always, Roll Tribe.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.